What's up, guys? ESPN 2019 Fantasy Primer. And Daniel, I feel like we do this every year where a new quarterback bursts onto the scene. I get really excited and start talking about how I have to draft him in the first round. So I'm going to ask you permission. Can I draft Patrick Mahomes in the first round?
Yes, you can.
Okay, all right, good.
Should you? The answer is probably no. Okay, here's the thing. Quarterbacks are so deep this year. The NFL has just become a passing league. So the idea of getting Patrick Mahomes, you're going to have to draft him either at the back end of the first or the first half of the second, and that's just too high. I understand everything that he did last year, all the numbers that he put up, but there's a number of guys that you can get late, and it's so much more value from that standpoint. Even a guy like Deshaun Watson. Right now, Deshaun Watson's ADP is somewhere, I think, around 39. So if you can get him in the late fourth, early fifth, I'd much rather have Deshaun Watson, who, by the way, was the third player ever in NFL history to have 4,000 passing yards and 500 rushing yards in the same season.
And is going to get Will Fuller back at wide receiver this year. Certainly going to help. So, Dopp, just an idea, like how deep can I go? Give me a name. Deshaun Watson, obviously a great one, but a couple other names in that range of deeper round quarterbacks where I can still get quality value.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If you look at the ninth round, let's say you want to fill out the whole rest of your starting lineup, maybe a couple of guys on your bench that you're going to be bye-week fill-ins or potential role players, you could wait until the ninth or 10th round and get guys like Carson Wentz or Cam Newton, Ben Roethlisberger, Dak, Kyler Murray even. I know rookie quarterbacks are sometimes scary, but Kyler last year, Oklahoma had over 1,000 rushing yards. He had 12 rushing touchdowns in 14 games. You know they're going to be out there throwing because they were down so much last year. You can wait. You can absolutely wait, and you should wait to draft a quarterback. It is okay to wait and get a quarterback late because that position is so deep.
So you're saying that drafting Daniel Jones at 6th overall would not be a sound strategy?
Don't do it.
Do not do that.
Do not do that.
All right, someone else.
The only thing I will say is if you are in a league that is a 2-quarterback league, or it's a 6 points per passing touchdown, or you get yardage bonuses for every 300-yard game, that changes the formula a little bit where a guy like Patrick Mahomes, okay, if I get 300-yard bonuses, or if I get 6 points per passing touchdown rather than 4, that's going to move him up the board a little bit. So you got to look at your league rules, understand what it is that your league setup is, and from that standpoint, maybe you can look at those guys a little bit earlier. But, let's wait on quarterback. Pump the brakes.
Going to wait on that one. You mentioned Kyler Murray, though, for a rookie, a guy that's going in with a rookie head coach, too. Is there any concern about that, the surrounding feature there of the unknown of Cliff Kingsbury as opposed to just a normal rookie quarterback?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a ton of concern. The question is, do you buy the hype and the upside over what the unknown is? If I were to grab Kyler Murray, I would absolutely be taking another quarterback that I would have just in case something goes wrong, just in case that rookie offense with a rookie quarterback doesn't pan out the way that we're thinking it will with a high-flying offense. I don't think they're going to get 90 plays in a game, like we talked about. But I do think that if I were to go that Kyler Murray route, grab a veteran quarterback, even a Phillip Rivers that you can have on your bench, a guy that week in and week out will deliver consistent fantasy points for you.
All right, I want to take a look at two quarterbacks who have different coaching situations around them this year. One a little more familiar, Baker Mayfield. Last year's darling set the rookie touchdown record. His offensive coordinator, Freddie Kitchens, gets the nod as the head man. What can we expect with Baker and all those weapons in Cleveland this season?
I think you can expect him to throw quite a bit more than he threw last year. Last year, he was 17th in the NFL with pass attempts, only had 486. Just in comparison, Ben Roethlisberger led the league with 675. So even if Baker gets 100 more attempts, he's still barely going to crack the top 10. And with OBJ and Jarvis Landry and Antonio Callaway and David Njoku, and they've got so many pieces there, not including their great running game. Duke Johnson, we'll see what happens with him out of the backfield. You know that he's going to get his passes. Last year, with his rushing ability to be able to scramble, get out of the pocket, he's a guy I easily see being a top 10 quarterback in 2019.
And has the benefit of continuity in that offense. We saw the difference Freddie Kitchens made when he took over as the coordinator after being the running backs coach last season. And so we go from that to a guy who's a little more proven, a little more vetted in Aaron Rodgers, but who now is rid of the Mike McCarthy that has scorned him for so many years, and in steps Matt LaFleur. So what are we expecting now? We've heard about some of the changes in this offense, maybe the relationship with his quarterback and the coach, but how do we think that affects the production for a usually very risk-averse Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I don't think that Aaron is going to be much different than he has been in years past, other than if he stays healthy, he will be the Aaron Rodgers that we expect. That's really all that it is for me. I mean, Devontae Adams is coming back, and he's a monster. You look at Geronimo Allison, talk about playing in the slot. They got a bunch of young rookie guys that from last year to this year, coming into their sophomore season, they've got another year of understanding Aaron Rodgers and how this offense works. To be honest, Matt LaFleur, I don't really think changes a lot for me as far as Aaron Rodgers is concerned, because that guy could just run an offense by himself. Arguably, there is a little bit of who really runs this team, but for fantasy, that doesn't matter to me. All I care about is him going out there in the field, throwing touchdowns, piling up yards, and having good relationships with his wide receivers. So if that's what happens this offseason and they're able to continue that, I'm all in on Aaron Rodgers probably being a top 5 guy for me.
That's a great point, because it can't get much worse as far as offensive structure around him the way it's been, because it's been Aaron, go out and get it. So mix in a few play actions and it's all deadly at this point.
There you go.
Hey guys, thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more great streaming content, be sure to download the ESPN app and subscribe to ESPN Plus.